Northern Pakistan. Slumbering valleys, breathtaking scenes, colorful, whispering fields of flowers, peaceful lakes, pure, clear, untouched rivers, beautiful waterfalls staring at the landscapes, the melodious chirping of flocks of birds, unreachable, glorious mountain peaks, impossibly high in the skies, snow-covered mountains up above, and lush green valleys down below. Beauty as far as the eyes can see. The sunlight and the moonlight creating reflections like a dreamy painting. Yet another beautiful morning was seen on October 8th, 2005. The rising sun brought light, but also unimaginable darkness. 8:51 a.m. The worst earthquake in the history of Pakistan. A calamitous disaster. Northern Pakistan has turned into a picture of death and suffering. The dead outnumbered the mourners. Every house is a scene of sorrow. Countless houses buried, hundreds of thousands of people homeless. Thousands of children trapped, completely or partially, in the rubble, hopelessly calling out for their loved ones. Who do you choose to offer condolences? How can they resume their lives in these broken houses? So many wounded, having lost everything, feeling hopeless, still waiting for help. Those who lost their husbands and their breadwinners, their eyes are so needy and scared. The maimed, their wounds are infected. What is their future? How will they face life's challenges? Aid and support came from every part of the world.
So a lot of my patients are coming in here, they're saying we're going home, we're telling our folks what a great job you're doing. And they keep saying the word insaniat, humanity. Americans have humanity.
Association of Physicians of Pakistani Descent of North America, APPNA, a strong, democratic and charitable organization of 10,000 physicians, played a major role. APPNA is the largest organization of Pakistani physicians outside of Pakistan. APPNA's executive members organized earthquake relief efforts into 3 phases: immediate, intermediate, and long-term rehabilitation.
During the acute phase of our relief work, we sent millions of dollars worth of medical supplies, which included heavy equipment such as anesthesia machine, x-ray machines, respirators, and multiple medical supplies, including drugs. During that phase, we also sent over 170 physicians to work in the affected areas, which included both Islamabad, Pindi, Azad Kashmir, and Northwestern Frontier Province. We have also given an operating room to PIMS when we found out that they did not have enough operating rooms to operate on the victims of the earthquake. During that phase, we also supplied multiple tents, blankets, food, which was a non-medical help from the APPNA relief work.
Initially, hundreds of patients were admitted to Rawalpindi General Hospital. About 90% of them had orthopedic problems. APPNA sent various equipment and technicians. The patients were operated upon, given temporary treatments, and rehabilitated to bring them back to a mobilized life.
पहले स्टार्टिंग में यहाँ पे इतनी इमदाद नहीं थी। जब से अपने वालों ने इमदाद देना शुरू की है तो हमें काफ़ी आसानी हुई है। जदीद सामान उन्होंने प्रोवाइड किया है, जिसकी वजह से हमें काम करने में काफ़ी आसानी हो रही है।
सिर्फ हमारा ख़र्चा ये हो गया कि चाय रोटी किराया ये वगैरह थोड़ा बहुत ख़र्चा हो गया, बाकी किसी कोई ख़र्चा नहीं, दवाई फ्री मिलने।
Dr. Salim Ahmad is the coordinator of the rehabilitation efforts at the hospital.
We are extremely grateful to APPNA because the APPNA team, the first team which actually came here to establish the orthopedic workshop and to establish the rehabilitation center here in the second week of January, and they had brought lots of equipment with them. There were about 50 big cartons, and in the next week we were actually had started fitting the limbs.
Our mission was to receive these doctors who would come from America and put them in different places based on the needs. Our second part of the mission was to receive all the equipment and supplies and medicines that were brought in. We would inventory them and we'll distribute them as they are needed. In this entire maneuver, we brought in close to $4 million worth of equipment and supplies to Pakistan.
APPNA has also run clinics in Muzaffarabad and Katai, a town in Azad Kashmir, about 10 to 15 miles from the line of control. People of Katai had lost everything. They did not have any building structures left in the whole town. No schools, no facilities. APPNA realized that education is the backbone of any nation.
In Katai, they had a school which housed about 150 students. At the present time, we're running a school through the collaboration of Reed Foundation, which has 80 students. We hope to build a middle school, which will hopefully then again have students up to 150. We also are planning to build a basic health unit in Katai area. We plan to build at least 5 to 6 such clinics in the various areas of the earthquake. We have contributed close to $100,000 for the running of these clinics. There is a clinic running right now in Muzaffarabad, which is supervised by APPNA, and we hope to continue this cooperation with them.
In Katai village, APPNA sponsored a vocational school with lady instructors teaching sewing with sewing machines as well as other vocational work. APPNA collaborated with Noor Foundation to plant apple trees so that people would have a permanent job in that area.
We also provided help to a paraplegic center which was run in Melody Theatre in Islamabad. However, the government has taken over that facility, and as now all those paraplegic patients are under the care of the government. In Katai village, there was a lack of clean water supply, and we have donated $50,000 to help them build the channels for their clean water supply. During my recent visit to Katai, it seems to be the most essential part of our help that the villagers were looking for.
In long-term rehabilitation program, APPNA has given financial assistance to the Holy Family Hospital to finish their physical therapy unit.
I'm really grateful to APPNA for this financial assistance to particularly upgrade our this building portion, because we were really stuck up with this sort of thing, and we were having very much difficulty to how to get this thing finished. So that money, actually we had some of our equipment and many other things, but actually it was the main thing was this space which has to be made in this condition, and it won't have been possible without assistance from APPNA.
APPNA has started a rehabilitation institute and orthopedic operation theatre in collaboration with Rawalpindi General Hospital to build a state-of-the-art institute for rehabilitation.
During our long-term care to help the victims of earthquake, we have established a rehab hospital in cooperation with Rawalpindi General Hospital, where the patients are already being treated. We are also planning, inshallah, to cooperate with PPAS in Mansehra, which is Northwestern Frontier Province.
पहले जो 8 अक्टूबर को जब ये ज़लज़ला हुआ तो उसके बाद हम ये महसूस नहीं करते थे कि यहाँ पे हमें ये सोच भी नहीं सकते थे कि दोबारा यहाँ पर ज़िंदगी बहाल होगी। स्पेशली मैं अपने स्कूल के सिलसिले में मैं आप लोगों की बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ। कितने दूर से आप लोग आए और हमें टाइम दिया। आप बेशक कुछ भी न लाते, आपने अपने टाइम में से हमें टाइम दिया, हम आपके शुक्रगुजार हैं।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अपना वालों ने अपना सपना सच कर दिखाया।
I want to assure you that Association of Pakistani Physicians will always keep Pakistanis in forefront of our hearts and will always do everything that we can for the betterment of Pakistan.
I had the opportunity of serving the people of Kashmir in the area of devastation as an orthopedic surgeon. I had gone there on 2 occasions, and it was a tremendous effort that APPNA had put in to supply orthopedic equipment, C-arms, and other medical equipment which would not have been available without the effort which several committees put together, which were possible because of the donations given by charitable Pakistanis in North America, especially physicians.
Working with Pakistan Medical Association, our members have treated more than 120,000 patients and have performed more than 1,000 surgical procedures.
APPNA has been working on a telemedicine project. Certain centers in Pakistan has been selected where high-speed internet system and the telemedicine equipment will be placed. Physicians in Pakistan who need any surgical or medical consultation will communicate via this system to US physicians to facilitate the healthcare of the earthquake hit area patients.
We want people of Pakistan, and especially affected area in Kashmir and Northwest Frontier, to know that whenever they have a disaster, our hearts go out to them and we continue to help them, inshallah.
The most help and which we really appreciated was how members and non-members wanted to participate in the efforts actively on grounds in the disaster area. We had initiated a database where people logged in on our website or called in our office, and we collected names of over 200 physicians. They just kept on coming. They wanted to go immediately. They wanted to go and do surgeries. They wanted to serve in any capacity that they could.
I just want to urge membership to continue your support because this is an ongoing process. We have to run 2 rehab centers in Pakistan for earthquake victims, and also we took responsibility of Kathai area in northern Kashmir, and I promise that we will fulfill our obligation. To fulfill this obligation, I need your support financially and physically. If someone can go and work for our clinics in Kathai area, and I urge you, request you to continue your support.
Because of this tragedy of earthquake, we had the chance to do something for our country, for our people. So we should be able to help them the best way we can.
The achievements of any organization are gauged by its service to humanity. Through the 3 worst disasters of tsunami, Katrina, and the earthquake, APPNA members' contributions have been exemplary.
APPNA is a professional and a charitable organization. It's a caring organization. For us to continue all this relief work, we need obviously more funds. I would request to you donate to APPNA Relief Work Fund so that we can continue this work for the few years to come.